Well, let me specifically address my great friendship with Byron Nelson. Byron, uh, if he wasn't the greatest ball striker and player in the world, I don't know who else would would take this place. He won 18 tournaments in one year. He won 11 in a row. Uh, he retired early from the game, so he didn't continue to play in the meat of his career. And matter of fact, Byron, with all the wonderful times I spent with him, he said, Tom, I was a better player when I was 50 than I was when I was 30, the late 30s and 40s when I was winning everything. And to me, just being around him to hear what he had to say about the game, how he had to play the game when he said he grew up poor as a church mouse, and money was a big deal back then. He barely had enough money to stay in the tour. He won some money out in California, and basically that allowed him to continue to play in the tour. But the wonderful, just the wonderful stories he had about his life, the players' lives, when they drove in caravans, in car caravans, rather than going by private jets. The pros do today, it seems like. Yeah, they struggled, but they loved the game. They absolutely loved competing and playing the game. Uh, those stories. When I go to the Masters, to the past champions dinner on Tuesday night, early on in my career, when after I won the Masters in '77, I had the opportunity to go in and sit down with Gene Sarazen, with
Wow.
Claude Harmon, with Byron, and uh, with Sam, and with those players, and listen to their stories. So I was a golf historian. I read about them and their exploits in books. Down the Fairway by O.B. Keeler it was the Bible to me. I love that book. But to listen to their stories, it gave me an understanding of what they went through, and a foundation for my career. When I came out in the career, I looked up to Arnold Palmer. I looked up specifically to Jack. But there were players out there: Gene Littler, Julius Boros, Don January, Miller Barber. Those players right there that I looked up to. And when you're a kid on the tour, you want to impress these players so that they look at you and said, "Yeah, kid, you can play." That was my goal, is to kind of get a nod of affirmation. You can play, and I don't think that's. I think that's universal with anybody coming out in the tour. They want to impress the players that they've watched, and they know are the great players. They want their affirmations.